Aries, this September, your everyday magic is your superpower. Get ready to boost your routines, elevate your relationships, and step into an effortless flow. Hey, Aries, I'm Lindsay with Love, a Western tropical zodiac astrologer here to raise the frequency of the planet. And astrology is one way you can transform your life and move toward your dream goals. So, in this September horoscope, we're going to be looking at the planets that affect you most, the personal planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, the new moon, and the full moon. We are going to look at the highest vibration of these energies and how to use the highest vibrations to level up your life, moving you closer toward your dream reality. And I'll also showcase the lower vibrations of the energies just in case you happen to slip into them, and how to transcend out of those lower vibrations should that happen for you. So, Aries, I have my camera here, my mic is here, my computer with my notes is here, and I'm going to be looking at my notes every so often so that I can make sure I give you all of the important details. So, Aries, starting off the month, let me get to my notes really quickly here. Starting off the month, you've got Mercury, the planet of what you're focused on, your intellect, your communication. Starting off on the second of the month, entering into Virgo. So Mercury in Virgo is very focused in on the analytics, focused in on time, focused in on organizing, on streamlining, on efficiencies and effectiveness. And for you, this is happening in the part of the sky that involves your routines, it involves your work, it involves your health, it involves your day-to-day life. So you're very likely focused, Aries, at the beginning of this month in the highest vibration on perfecting your work. I don't want to say perfecting because that's more low vibe energy. On getting your work really organized, becoming really efficient, getting things done, crossing off the lists. You're focused in on your day-to-day life on how to structure your routine so that it's very efficient for you, so that you tap into flow state where time disappears and all of a sudden all your work is done in a couple of hours and you're wondering how you did it. And you might even be very focused in on your health, creating an exercise routine, creating a new lifestyle routine that suits your long-term goals. Now, this is in the highest vibration, so you could do all of those things, you could do some of those things. The energy is ripe for you in the sky to really create an efficient lifestyle, to become very productive toward your dreams and your goals. Now, in the lower vibration with Mercury here in this part of the sky in Virgo, yeah, perfectionist tendencies jump in, overthinking, analysis paralysis. So, that could be, you could be at work and feeling overwhelmed with your work and you're just sitting at your screen thinking, how am I going to get all this done? That's that type of energy. One thing at a time, Aries. Focus on one thing, allow yourself ample time to get it done, cross it off the list, focus on to the next. What can you get done in this moment? Is it in your control? If it is, do something, take action, right? Action helps us out of stagnation. It helps us out of overthinking, helps us out of that depressed kind of energy. And if it's not in your control, then surrender to it, let it be what it'll be. If you have a lot of things on your mind, Aries, put them on a piece of paper. Taking them truly energetically off the mind and onto the paper will help if you're kind of dipping into this lower vibration of feeling a little bit like, a little bit frazzled, okay? So Mercury is here until the 18th of the month, and then Mercury enters into the part of the sky for you that involves your relationships, enters into Libra, and Mercury in Libra wants peace and balance and harmony. And for you, you're very much thinking about how to bring balance to your personal relationships, your intimate relationships, maybe how to deepen the connection, get on the same kind of frequency, like how to communicate with your partner the way they need it, how to communicate with your business partner where it's most effective so you can actually move the needle, grow the business, build the relationship, whatever it is. And so you're bringing a lot of thinking into your relationships, maybe planning in the relationship. Maybe you're sitting down with your partner, your business partner, your best friend, and you're planning out your goals. You're planning out the next 5 years, something along those lines. So highest vibration, relationships are thriving. There's balance, there's peace, there's open communication, there's vulnerability within the relationships. Now, in the lowest vibration here, Mercury in Libra is stagnation, it's indecision. So when you bring this lower vibration into your relationships, if you're indecisive in your business relationship, your partner's pressuring you for an answer perhaps, and you're not making one. Maybe your soulmate, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife wants to expand the relationship, evolve it in some way, grow it in some way, and you're like, I don't know. We want to avoid indecisive energy in all areas of life, Aries, quite frankly, because energetically, indecision is a decision. It's a decision not to make a choice, which is basically deciding to remain stagnant. And remaining stagnant for long enough means weakening of your manifesting power. The soul is here to grow and evolve, and so allow yourself out of the comfort zone and really allow yourself to connect with your relationships this month in September. All right, so Mercury starts off once again in this area of the sky, routines, and then on the 18th of the month, looking at my notes here, Aries shifts into your relationship house. So routines and relationships are where your focus is and your communication is this month. All right, so then before we dive into Venus, love, and money energy, Aries, hit the subscribe button if you're an Aries or you have one in your life. All right, Venus starts off and has been hanging out since last month in the part of the sky for you that involves romance. The energy of love and the romantic part of the sky is very beautiful, Aries. It involves children, having children, deciding to have children, loving your children, spending time with your children. It's the part of the sky that involves your creative self-expression. It is a money house, so Venus, the energy of money in this creative money house part of the sky. Remembering, Aries, that being creative is one of the greatest gifts you can give the universe. You are a creator. You are part of God's source universe creator. You are from the same source energy, which means you came to this earth to create. But interestingly enough, and what I think most humans get like frazzled with or confused with, Aries, is that as a human spiritual being, we are the artist and we are the tool. Our energy is the tool that we use to create, and we are the ones creating our best lives. So you've got this really beautiful, artistic, creative energy just swirling in this part of the sky for you. And it's money energy as well. So Aries, if you have been interested at all recently in creating something and potentially putting it up for sale, selling your art, selling a product, a service, an idea, this would be the month to do it. In the highest vibration, this is how you could really level up your life. And don't be afraid to express yourself fully, right? Really using your voice, showcasing your creative gifts and talents. Now, this is also the part of the sky that involves entrepreneurship. So Aries, if you're an entrepreneur listening to this, you have an opportunity this month, from the beginning of the month until about the 19th or so, the energy is the strongest, to launch a new idea, to create something new that's going to bring you a lot of abundance. And abundance can be money, but it can also be an audience, more referrals. It could be increased views. It could be one step closer to being monetized on TikTok. I mean, it could be a bunch of different things, right? But from an entrepreneurial perspective, it's a really powerful month to be creating, expressing yourself, pushing forward on your entrepreneurial journey, letting your clients know what's going on with you, letting your audience know, and not being afraid to really unleash the creative parts of you. Now, if you are an Aries that is single and you're dating a lot of people, it's a really great month for romance. And if you're an Aries that is already in an established relationship, then it's a good month to just kind of reconnect with your partner if you felt like the connection has fizzled out, or perhaps you feel like maybe you just want to deepen the connection, try something new with your partner, go on a different type of date, grow and evolve in some way. All right, so that's Venus at the beginning of the month, Aries, and then on the 19th of the month, Venus now enters into Virgo. Now, Venus in this part of the sky, Venus in Virgo, is all about healing energy. Virgo, the healer. It's about being of service to others. It's about filling your own cup up with self-love and self-care in the part of the sky for you, Aries, that does involve, once again, your work routines and your health routines. So now you've got, oh no, Mercury's already left. Sorry, you've got Venus here in this part of the sky. And so work is flowing smoothly for you. It's like your day-to-day life is quite easy for you. It's a powerful time, Aries, to go out and about in the world. Your charisma is turned on, your personal magnetism is turned on, and people are going to notice you exuding a sense of love. They'll notice your cup overflowing. They're going to be smiling at you more, maybe a free coffee here, a discount there, people stopping you to chit chat, maybe in the school pickup line or whatever it is. So go out and about in your day, trusting that you have this really charismatic, popular, kind of magnetic energy turned on. It's also the part of the sky that involves healing. And so, Aries, if you have been working on healing something energetically, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, it's a great time to tap in and really honor yourself, honor your physicality, honor your spiritual essence, and your emotional, mental bodies as well. Now, in the lower vibration, we're not going to go lower vibration on Venus because it's a really beautiful energy. You really can't mess it up, Aries. So we'll keep going. All right. Then let's talk about your physicality, what you're going to be physically exerting your energy on. And this is where Mars comes into play. So you've got Mars hanging out in the part of the sky that involves your personal, intimate relationships this month. And Mars has been here since last month and will continue here until the end of the month on the 22nd. So you're going to be very physically involved with the people closest to you, involved on date nights with your partner, spending more time together, more open communication, as I mentioned earlier. You are going to be a little bit more assertive if you're single when it comes to dating, when it comes to finding your best friend, when it comes to searching for your business partner. If you have all of those close relationships already in your corner, it's a time where you're like physically spending time with these people. It could be even like, if you can't do physically because maybe your bestie lives across the country like mine does, then maybe you're FaceTiming, you're on the phone with them more, something along those lines. Now, Mars is assertive, borderline, sometimes aggressive, a little bit direct, a little bit forward. And so be mindful of that because you might come across this month with people closest to you as a little bit pushy, a little bit bossy. Some people like that. So do what you got to do, Aries. I'm just letting you know that something to be mindful of here where you could feel like you're trying to help or you're trying to push somebody along, but for them it feels more controlling or more demanding or more aggressive than maybe you're intending it to be. All right, so on the 22nd of the month, Aries, Mars then shifts from your seventh house of intimate relationships into the part of the sky that involves your personal growth and empowerment. It involves you showing up as an individual with your partner, with a group of people, with your team, with whoever, to kind of power couple it up together, power team it up together. You're putting aside your own specific ego desires to make the group better, to make the team better, right? It's also the part of the sky that involves joint accounts and resources, how money flows to you outside of you going to your job every day or you selling your products or services every day. So it could be bank loans, it could be student loans, it could be car payments or car loans, it could be investments, settlement money, inheritance, alimony. Your partner gets a raise, a bonus, promotion. And so physically, Aries, you're very focused in on these areas of life. It's a great time toward the end of the month to look at your investments, move money around if that's what you need to do, to call up the insurance money, to, follow up with your ex on the alimony money, to talk to your partner about their money if you guys aren't doing that yet, and how you can plan together to power couple it up together for the future. And it's also a time, Aries, where you're going to be focused in on your own self-development, your own self-empowerment. Maybe doing things more physically, could be reading more self-help books, signing up for courses, joining the Cosmic Collective and my empowered group of women that I'm helping transform into greater versions of themselves. You could be doing more like physical exercise as well. Anything to do with kind of stepping into the greatest version of you is going to be what you're really physically putting your energy toward at the end of this month. All right, Aries, let's keep going. A couple of more things to talk about here for September. You've got the full moon happening on the 7th of the month in the part of the sky that involves your bad habits, negative habits holding you back from your dream reality. So I love that for you, Aries. You could release yourself from a lower vibration with this full moon. God, source, universe, creator, please help me stop drinking so much soda every day. Stop smoking. Stop whatever habits are holding you back from your dreams and your goals. Now, this is also the part of the sky that involves your spirituality, it involves your spiritual essence, it involves your faith, your self-trust, your creativity, your imagination, your ability to connect with all that is. This is a very energetic, spiritual, manifesting part of the sky. And with this full moon here, it's a great time to perhaps If you're not releasing, then fully accept all parts of you. So, for example, maybe you've been trying to release a fear that's you're struggling with, so you're not fully trusting yourself to manifest your best reality, for example. And you've been trying to release this fear and trying to release this fear, and you're like, rather than releasing it, because maybe I'm struggling with that, you decide you're just going to accept it. This is a part of who I am. I'm a little bit of a scaredy cat when it comes to doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway because I know that unless I do it, I'm never going to get closer to my dreams and goals. So play with that, Aries. Sometimes it's easier to release on a full moon, and sometimes it's easier to just simply accept the good, the bad, the ugly, all of who you are, because you're all things every time, all the time anyway. It's just that we showcase certain parts of ourselves, or they're more prevalent in our energetic bodies. Now, this full moon is also shining a spotlight, and in your house of spirituality, it could be that you're finally realizing you have some sort of spiritual gift that you haven't really tapped into. You could be connecting with God, Source, Universe, Creator, your higher self in a more empowered and interesting way. Maybe you are tapping into your clairaudience, maybe your claircognizance. There's many ways that God, Source, Universe, Creator speaks with us, Aries. So it's going to be a shift in your spirituality, perhaps a shift in your faith, your ability to trust yourself more, using your imagination to create your best reality. And that's really beautiful. And finally, Aries, there is a new moon happening on the 21st for you. Once again, in the part of the sky that involves your work routines, your health, and your day to day life. So it's a great time with the new moon energy, as always, to really manifest whatever it is you're desiring in that part of life. So for you, maybe you are trying to manifest, or you desire a better balance between your work routines and your health. You know, maybe you want more time in your day to day life for self care, time alone to just be with yourself, time alone, an hour for your yoga class, whatever it is. Maybe you're manifesting a new job, a new boss, a new title at work. Could be that you're manifesting an easier schedule, manifesting every day where you get to wake up and decide how you want to flow through that day, which is very possible, Aries. A lot of people have this mindset where they don't think that they get to create their reality, but in fact you do. I did it for myself. I created an everyday life that I love, and you can do the same for you. You've just got to start to manifest it and, you know, set your mindset around creating this flow state for yourself. And lastly, it's a time where you could also be kind of turning on your own healing powers, this energy in the healing part of the sky, being of service to others. So you might feel kind of a tug at your heart to help others. And also the part of the sky that involves pets. So with this new moon here, maybe manifesting a new pet perhaps as well, Aries. All right, Aries, that is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed it. You can check out the timestamps in the description box below. You can check out my services, my products, my offerings in the description box below. If you are ready to transcend into greater versions of yourself, which means more confidence, more empowerment, fearlessness, the courage and bravery required for you to create your best reality, you may want to join the Cosmic Collective today.